So
Alright, working. I figured out what I did
what
when
happened?
I re-downloaded the app. Did you get a thing where it was like this app wants to use Bluetooth?
Mm-hmm.
I put no for some reason,
Weekend.
bro. 'Cause I know I normally don't even select that for any app. Like, why do you need Bluetooth for? Because I'm using I switched to my wired headphones, so I just said no.
But like, I don't know. I just want to be able to access AirPods if you put, like, say for instance, you take out the wired headphones because for whatever reason they just don't work or whatever. You switch to
Put in the
AirPods
AirPod.
or something like that.
Mm.
It just would have to work that way. Are you on your computer?
On my computer. No, I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I played it back. It sounded okay. Like, it didn't sound bad at all.
So,
What is this man doing?
well, I guess what I would do for the visual side of things, well, I don't know how that would work because it wouldn't necessarily make sense all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Because like, it just seemed like I'm talking to myself, as it has in the past.
What do you mean for the visual? Like
if I was
for the
streaming on
gameplay?
Twitch or just doing gameplay, it would just seem like I was talking to myself. Yes, we just take the audio and then add it to the visual, which would probably kind of be a beast as well.
Yeah.
Not impossible, but
And we can do
Hmm?
we can if we all have clips, like, we can have it so where like it transitions, like,
to a different person's point of view.
or like, yeah, whatever they're playing at the time, like it'll be like and you can have like the little names of like who you're spectating at the moment.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
So,
dope. Because like,
yeah.
I know we all don't play the same game all the time, and it's like, if something funny happens in somebody else's game, you'd want to be able to capture that, right?
Yeah, bro, I can make a damn thing that kind of looks like
A
ESPN
montage.
almost. Well,
Oh, okay. I know
not
what you
that,
mean.
but like I'll have like a sidebar,
And it shows
and I'll
all
have
the
like
people's names.
the topics, yeah, people, and then topics, and I'll have them like light up when, like, we're at a certain topic.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty dope.
That's if I have Premiere.
We gotta hop on.
I just
that
have to
for
make
sure
sure I got that.
You
Yeah,
can
that'd
get
be nice, but
the student version though, unless you already have it.
I'm gonna just ask my brother because I think he uses it too. So
That man's
just
the
use
plug.
it's a plug for everything,
Gotta be.
bro. For a second, I thought I thought this was counting down. I saw 2:08. I'm like, what?
Said we're being timed. Make it quick.
But we just gotta get like everybody on board, because
Even if we don't, like, at least we'll have, at least 2 people for sure.
yeah,
It'd be nice to have everybody on board, but that's not always as easy as it would be.
realistic.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but
Just niggas have jobs and whatnot.
I mean, aside from that too, it's just people's willingness to be able to just move with the unit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they're shade at anybody, but if something doesn't seem like it makes sense to a person, then they're less likely to hop on board with an idea.
Yeah, not gonna do it.
As you've seen already, like, the reason why a lot of people don't have this app already is because we're pretty content with Discord. I'm down for whatever. Like, if there's a way to make something happen and it's more efficient and it just happens to be better than the way that we're traditionally used to using, I'm down to change it. Nothing can progress without change, obviously.
Yeah, this is perfect for like if we really like want to
Just
go down
can't
this
even-
route. Because
Yeah,
Discord, there's too many factors. Like, Craig is okay, but I was listening back at some point, like, even though my voice is lagging, at some point it just cut off. Like,
Yeah,
I
or
think,
you
like,
just
maybe
cut
halfway
in and
through.
out.
Yeah.
Craig
So
was chopping and screwing your shit.
I think I put I don't know. I'm gonna just blame him to make myself feel better. But yeah, I haven't heard you lag. Hopefully,
Yeah, I haven't
haven't
heard
lagged.
any. I think I might have heard one slight lag, but that was like we won't even say anything really. We're not even really saying anything now. This is like a test run, unless we just delve into a deep topic out of nowhere, which I don't anticipate.
Shit, I mean, I was trying to look up something like before you came, but there's not.
But we can
I mean,
also pull up topics on the fly too. Like if something like if a news blip pops up or something, and it's like a headline or something that's important, we can talk about it as well.
Yeah, in the moment.
Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to this though. Like this is something that I've kind of wanted to do since I've seen people making podcasts, and it's not like to ride a wave or anything like that. But it's just like I feel like I have some interesting things that go through my head. Obviously we all do. And we're not always the most serious people, so it can be entertaining in that sense as well. Where it's like it just takes the edge off of a lot of things, and like people move through day-to-day life so serious all the time. And that's just my biggest thing. Like I know a lot of people think, oh, you need to be serious in some instances and you need to like take stuff serious, and it's like I understand that, but loosen up a bit, you know. Life is not always as bad as people are trying to make it out to be, or it's really what you make it as well. Like you can take a bad situation and choose to see the good in it, or whatever.
Serious and sensitive, bro. Just like the Kobe thing, like when people on Twitter were like, I DM'd 24 girls today for Kobe, and people were like, wow, you're disrespecting a dead man. I'm like, dude,
Not at all.
like
Nobody,
it's not disrespect.
you didn't say anything bad about him.
No, if anything, you're trying to make a terrible situation like more. I don't know what the word would be.
A little bit more lighthearted. Or
Yeah.
just less edge on it, you know. A lot of people were rough.
And if
when it
anything,
comes to
that's bigging up Kobe. Like,
not in the most serious way, obviously.
yeah,
in the
but
best
still,
way,
like,
but
the Kobe's in mind when you talk about like 24 or 81 or
it puts a
like,
smile on your face too.
those symbolic numbers.
I'm trying to have 81 kids for that man.
This one tweet said, I got kicked off we were playing pickup, and I said, we got to play the 81 for Kobe, and they kicked me off the court. God damn. Just stupid shit like that, but like...
So the new game mode is 21, bro.
We said, nah, bro, we played at 81. Ones and twos. Get off. Get out. 1, 2. Yeah. Twitter be on that bullshit, though. Stay getting mad over everything, bro. You see one funny thing, you go to the comments. Do you know that his father actually... Bruh, I don't... We're just laughing. Twitter's
Twitter's such a
geeking,
weird
bro.
place. It's like... So, I'm not clicking on any more Twitter videos. I clicked on that joint and it like stopped the voice, I guess.
Yeah, you like cut out. I was like, what? Wait, so you can leave the app, right?
You can leave the app. I'm not
You
in it
just
right
can't
now.
play video.
You can't play a video from Twitter, at least. I watched an ad in the game and it didn't do anything. I can mute the ad too, but I don't know. Twitter is just different, bro. I logged onto Twitter today. I sent it in the chat, and it shows 3 goofballs, right? And I'm gonna dive into how they're goofballs, but it just shows 3 goofballs: Chris Brown, Amber Rose, and of course the most notorious of them all, LA Confidential himself in the Nipsey Blue Lambo, The Game.
Stop.
Right? Bro, guess what all these... Nah, let me chill. Guess what all these people have in common?
Lying.
They got these dumbass face tats. You know what the Jordan 3 looks like?
The Jordan 3.
Yeah, the shoe.
Let me look it up. I probably do, but I just not off the name.
Not off the jump.
The zebra print shit.
Chris Breezy got that on the side of his face.
Bruh.
Amber Rose
Why?
has 2 of her kids' names on
No,
her big
she has the
helicopter
worst
windshield
one, bro.
forehead. In The Game,
I'd rather.
got a Kobe tat, of course. You know how he act.
I think it's between the Kobe tat and the Amber Rose one. But the Amber Rose one is just like, That doesn't even look nice. It's
What
just
is she
like
doing?
it's just cursive. I don't know.
What is she doing?
This looks goofy, bro.
I don't understand it.
I mean, if that's her first, well, I'm not gonna disrespect it like that because that's your. I
Nah,
think
it's
as a
stupid
kid,
still.
but it's just the tattoo. You could have put that anywhere else, just not on your head.
Big helicopter windshield forehead.
Relax.
Some would say it's bigger than Rihanna's.
Relax. We don't choose the foreheads we're born with. We just gonna roll with whatever we get. Damn. If you think we could choose different foreheads, we wouldn't. Jump on that.
Hey,
Let me get an Anthony Davis forehead.
a Paul George forehead.
Facts. A damn what's that dude's name? YK Osiris forehead.
Hey, bro, people like we were just talking about. I'm gonna say this real quick, and then I'm gonna say something else pertaining to it, kind of. So the All-Star Game is in Chicago, and one thing that always comes to mind is like, you know, people always say Chirac or Chicago or places like that have a reputation for being like bad places to visit or places that you wouldn't want to be in because of violence and whatnot.
Sure.
Like, what would make the NBA put the All-Star Game in a city like Chicago? And I mean, every place has their own troubles and whatnot, but like, Chicago is like notorious for that kind of stuff. And I mean, it obviously wouldn't be centered in a neighborhood where that stuff kind of happens, but you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say where in Chicago is it being placed? Because
I'm not even sure.
I think that they definitely took that into consideration.
Probably Chicago Bulls court.
United Center. Is that where they play?
I have no idea. I don't follow them like that at all. Actually, I don't.
They said the same thing about I don't know if it was like Danger or whatever it was, but when one of the World Cups, it was either World Cup or Olympics. One of those two was in Brazil.
Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, and like there was like a wide shot photo of like one half was like the resort side, and then there was like this fence, and then you just see like the poverty on the other side, and it's like, damn,
that's crazy how that is. And like, we can come back to that. I don't want to forget this topic that I was thinking of.
I'll write it down.
We kind of talked about it earlier too, with the whole D Wade and his daughter, and it's like, me and Colby and Romeo were talking about it, and it's like, we're not trying to be insensitive in the sense that I feel like at a young age like that, you kind of want to experience life a little bit more before you make such a life-changing decision. And it's not to say that you can't change your mind later on or like change your orientation or gender or whatever, because everything is super fluid now. So it's like, if I wanted to be a girl right now, I could change my identity. But
like that.
People are really going after D-Wade for being supportive and being like, he's not my favorite player anymore. And it's like, what do you expect the man to do? Like,
bro, he's not your favorite player because his son, taking care of
his child,
his child the way he wants to.
Yeah, people are crazy and toxic.
That's corny.
That's one thing about this media generation is like, I don't know, man. I just feel like their opinion is either law or they're entitled to say whatever. And like, you are, but like, I don't know. I feel like they have to say something every time something happens, and then whoever doesn't agree with their opinion is just dead wrong or excommunicated. It's like, what are y'all talking about? What are y'all doing? If it's not your family, it's not your kid or anything like that, I don't know why you're super concerned. Like,
wait, what was that last point you just made about, like, you said if you're not this or that, then
if you're not agreeing with them, or if you don't like at least value what they say, then you're not good for them. If you're the toxic one, or you're like, you get cut off because of that.
That's literally all Twitter is, bro. It's like, it's people looking for people who support their idea. So at the end of the day, even if you really wanted to talk about this to someone who felt like the opposite way, there's no way you can, because people like they, if you look at like, let's say politics, right? Like you have Republican, Democrat, and like whatever the fuck, like independent or whatever.
Libertarian and all
People are now, because it wasn't like this before, but people are now like intertwining like who they are and like their political party. So if you, let's say like you're a Democrat, whatever, and I say something bad about
Republican.
No. If you're a Democrat and I say something bad about a Democrat, so let's say I say something bad about Bernie, and I'm like, well, that whole free college thing, that it doesn't really make sense. I don't know why he's trying to do that. So let's say I just say that. Since like your personality and your beliefs and your everything is now tied into the Democratic Party, you now take that as like I'm offending you, or I'm saying I don't like you when I'm just saying I don't like Bernie. Like that's separate from who you are, but people don't know how to like differentiate that.
Yeah, because like
they're now one person instead, when it should just be politics and you, not politics and you. Like it was never meant to be that way.
Because you could water.
And that's why everyone always gets upset.
People are sensitive today, bro. Like sensitive.
They just put too much like emotion into it. Like you should just take politics for what it is. Like it doesn't have to define you.
Putting too much stock into something that probably won't even benefit you or even like change your life in a major way. Because like even it doesn't matter who the president is. It's all about the Congress and the House. You could have I could be president and say I'm about to do all this and that. If these bills don't get passed that I write and all that stuff, then just because you liked me as a person and you voted for me because you thought I was going to bring change, that's not going to guarantee that anything's going to happen. Like, that's how I feel like Barack Obama's campaign, when he first ran, he gave everybody so much hope, not only because of the color of his skin, but just because of all the things that he was saying he was going to do. And don't get me wrong, he did quite a bit. He didn't get to do all of it, obviously, because that's kind of impossible. But people don't realize the amount of resistance that he was receiving. And it wasn't even like his fault that a lot of stuff couldn't get done. It was just simply because of who he was going up against.
Like they had majority. I don't want to get it wrong. It's either House or the Senate that he had to go through, but
the House, if I'm not mistaken. But we can fact.
But they had majority Republicans, so anything he was trying to do, just even if it was like a good idea, just to slight him for like winning almost, they would just reject it. So it made it seem like he really did nothing when he was really trying to pass bills and people just weren't signing off on him. So that's kind of like where they stopped.
Yeah, I feel like I still don't understand. Like, okay, what makes a person, right? Like, we're all people when you come down to it, right?
Yeah.
What makes a person not want to help a certain group of people? Like, from the beginning of time, I knew it was kind of like this, because like slavery and all that. And like, I'm not even talking about just recent go around of slavery, but like, if you want to just reference the Bible, depending on how factual you think that is or not, I'm pretty sure, like, even if you don't talk about the Bible, slavery's just been around for forever. And it's like one group of people putting down another group of people because they don't see the value in that person or whatever. And it's like, what just makes a person develop this superiority complex where they think they're just better than everybody else, or a group of people is the superior race? I never understood it. And it's like, even in today's day and age, all these people get on their soapboxes and say, oh, I care about the American people and all that, and then their actions just don't align. It's like, what are you doing? Like,
if I understand correctly, like originally the Bible, I think it definitely did promote slavery. So I'm assuming the people at the time who could read, which tended to be, like white people, like they took that and they're like, oh, we need to enslave this group of people, or we need to impose our power on this group of people. So they literally, I'm assuming some of them, if not most of them, justified that because of the Bible. Like they did it in this time period, so in turn we are allowed to also do this to people.
I'm not really sure.
Other than that, I can't see how you can develop that, because that's not like a natural thing to just force someone to work for you.
Yeah.
In like horrid conditions. You had to have got that from somewhere.
And it's like, what I really don't understand is like, okay, the Bible, and I'll keep saying it until like I can be disproven, but I know when you read the Bible, it says that the Bible was given to man from God, I believe. But because man is corrupt, that means that whoever received the Bible, they could have written it down word for word just how God had intended. But we, with brains, perceive things how we want to, or differently than they should be perceived.
Or
sometimes.
twist it to
benefit
our
us.
narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, as the Bible is passed down, because I look at the Bible, although it's a very rigid set of rules for the most part, and there's like a lot of things that probably remain the same. I feel like, you know how you pass stories down and things change in the story? You might exaggerate some parts of the story or just leave out some parts completely. I feel like that happens with everything that gets passed down in history, including the Bible. And it's like, when it got to the slavery in America, I know a lot of slave masters were telling slaves who couldn't read the Bible most of the time, couldn't read anything really. They were telling them, like, this is what God had intended. And it's like, how would they know otherwise? They're in this situation. They can't do anything to fight back for the most part. If they do fight back, the consequences are like extreme. It's like, what else are you going to believe besides what you're told? So I don't know if the Bible was written in a way to make the slave masters feel like they had the upper hand, or if they just used the fact that the slaves couldn't read to tell them whatever, you know?
Probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
But probably which is why they didn't want them to read. So I'm assuming that probably plays like a big factor in it. They were against education because they didn't want
Education is power.
Yeah.
You know, like they had to strengthen numbers. And then the last thing they would want us to do is become educated and wake up, so to say.
That reminds me of what Kanye was saying. And I feel like he just said it in such like a goofy way to where he would definitely get clowned. But I think what he was trying to say was like, he was saying like, we had the numbers. So how were we enslaved for, huh?
Hold on. I'm gonna go to the living room. Talking on the phone. Oh, wow. Sorry. Ouch. All right.
Good.
Yeah.
Hope I didn't forget.
You said you're talking about how Kanye said.
Oh, okay, dude. I damn near forgot. He didn't say that. I would not have remembered. He was saying, he was saying, how did we have the numbers, but we were enslaved for that many years? But I think what he failed to even touch on is like, yeah, they had numbers, but the mental imprisonment was still there. Like,
Yeah.
if you break someone down for that many years, even if you do, like, you can look around and have 100 people versus one slave master, but then you'll be thinking, you're honestly only thinking about the negatives of the situation. You're never looking at a positive, like, yo, there's 100 of us, we can take down this one guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're only thinking of the negative consequences, which is, I don't know why he didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Or even think to say something like that, but yeah.
I feel like and this is like another thing, like when I think of dictators and how they stay in power for so long, it's like one person is in control of everyone. But when you think about it, it's like, if somebody were to overthrow, then what do you do after that, you know? It kind of creates a sense of anarchy, or you're just kind of just in limbo. So a lot of people didn't have a plan of after.
Low-key, yeah, if you did take over one, like, the other ones would just catch wind.
Yeah.
And, like, then you'd be in shit there, too. So, not really much you could do in that situation except for, like, bide your time, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
But, hold up. No, go ahead.
I don't think I was going to say anything, really.
Oh, I wanted to... Bro, if you look at where we started and where we ended up, it's insane. But we started off with D Wade's child, and then we came all the way over here. But I had this little quote that I saw. I remember, you know, Mario Lopez.
Yeah.
All right, so like, when was this written? When was this? August 1st, 2019. All right, so it was about like something about transgender and like children, and he said, I'm never the one to tell anyone how to parent their kids, obviously. And I think if you come from a place of love, you really can't go wrong. But at the same time, if you're 3 years old and you're saying you're feeling a certain way, or you think you're a boy or a girl, or whatever the case is, I think it's dangerous as a parent to make that determination.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he had to go and apologize for it because people were saying it was like damaging to like the transgender movement. But if you just take a look at what he actually said, like, there's nothing wrong in what he said.
Yeah.
Like, a 3-year-old is not able to do anything by itself. You are completely dependent on your parents in literally every aspect of life. So and can 3-year-olds even speak, bro? I'm not tripping.
Some kind.
Like, how can you then now say, like, a kid is dependent on the parent for everything? So how can you now say this one decision, like a very important decision in their life, this one decision they're able to make at 3? Like,
yeah,
it doesn't make sense at all.
You don't let your kid walk anywhere by themselves, like,
dude, they can't do anything. They need you for everything. So how is my kid, who doesn't want to eat vegetables because they don't taste good, but he doesn't know that he needs them, can now tell me, Dad, I feel like a girl, or Dad, I feel like a woman, like, I mean, like a man.
Yeah,
like, dude.
I feel like it's always gonna be a difference of opinion. Like, there's always gonna be one, and it's just really what you do with your kids at the end of the day.
I know, but in this one, bro, there's a correct answer. Like, it's not one of those things where it's like it can maybe go both ways. There's a correct answer. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't let your kid do whatever they want at 3.
No.
Nobody would. And if you would, you're an awful parent. That's another fact. And it goes back to the whole Twitter thing where people will get mad or feel like you're offending them if you don't believe in their viewpoint. Like, that's where some of these, I'm not even gonna lie, one of the dudes on YouTube, he does the Change My Mind series.
I know who you're talking about.
Where he like goes around the college campuses. Something Shapiro. I think. Something Shapiro. But like, that's the thing about those conservative people. They come with facts, but then typically like the left people, they just come with emotion. Yeah. And when you're dealing with something like this, you can't like look at it from an emotional standpoint because you're just gonna you're never gonna get anything done because emotions come into play with everything. Mm-hmm. So if everyone was emotional, nothing would get finished. Yeah. Ever.
This is true.
So, that one really had me pissed off something strange. Because I'm like, dude, am I in the Twilight Zone, bro? Like, am I insane for thinking how I'm thinking? But whatever. Agree to disagree, I guess. But
yeah,
my kid's not making any decision at 3.
I mean, D-Wade's
3 plus 15, 13. maybe, but 13.
I remember when I was 13, I was stupid. I'm pretty sure kids 13, are evolving.
I was an idiot, bro. Kids are probably
19.
Smart.
I was an idiot. I feel like I'm still an idiot now.
Bro, I'm an idiot right now. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm a dummy right now, and I might be a dummy next year. Like, I was about to say, I think kids are getting smarter, but I don't know. They just have more access to technology, but they're not even using it right. So how can you say that they're smarter?
TikTok.
Yeah, they're doing TikTok, Vine 2, all that weird shit.
No, God.
Parading themselves on Instagram, like, not really using it better than we did. So,
I mean, we were using the internet to be in kick chats and like talk crazy to people that we knew, and
bully people, cyber bully relentlessly.
I mean, we're just a lot tougher.
Like nothing happened. I definitely did that. My account is gone. Not even logged out. It's deleted. No trace. Not catching me. Whatever you think I did, I didn't do. Because there's no evidence.
There's always a digital footprint, whether you delete it or not. But the digging that would need to be done is like,
oh, shit, it's not really worth
unless
it, bro.
Something bad really happened, I don't think it'd be worth it.
Just chalk it up as you got fried that night. Let's all just move on. I'm not trying to go to court.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
He doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it. Still an apology. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Damn it.
Hey, get out your feelings. Was that a
Damn, bro,
PlayStation?
Nah. It was, but I don't know why I turned it on.
Mine is sleeping right now.
I'm about to slap that shit because it stays doing that.
Bro, I'm playing GTA. Setting up my casino heist. Bro, tell me why somebody on an oppressor pulled up on me to harass me. I ran out of time. I turned off the PlayStation. I'm not doing this with y'all.
No.
What do you gain from
That
harassing
game is so
me?
goofy,
You blew up
bro.
one car and I have to pay $20,000. It may not be anything to you, but fuck, leave me alone. Bro,
I'm not even gonna. No comment, because I used to just terrorize
Because you were
people all the time,
crackhead.
especially when I had, dude. We had the what's it called? The big ass armored vehicle with the turn on the top.
Insurgent?
Insurgent, yes, we had that. We were just
We're
rolling around.
demons.
I had a tank. We used to just pull up with that everywhere.
Bro, I saw a change.
It was an
I
experience.
saw a change in the human being that did that to me, though. Like, he was
Why?
on some super aggressive, and I just didn't do anything in response. I didn't give him a reaction. He blew me up twice. He blew up my car. I called it back in. I was walking up the street to my car, just walking.
Blew it up again.
He was going to. He just shot me, and then walking back again. I saw him, like, you know, after you die, you see the person that kills you running around. Bro pulled out an RPG.
He
I
was
was
just
like,
standing there.
here we go, 40K. I come back, he's just on his oppressor, he just flies away. He did not get the reaction he wanted. I'm not about to stoop. I got things to do.
Oh nah, he different, because I would have still kept blowing up your shit.
Because you're a human
I
with
don't care.
problems.
Man said, fuck. I just static shocked myself. This shit hurts. Fuck, man. Damn it. But, nah, bro, I don't stop. I stop when you leave the game.
Because
Not
you're
when you...
a cyber bully. That is what you are.
That shit's funny to me, though. This man really had a heart and said, he's not
I
fighting
changed
back.
him,
No,
bro.
I like it when you don't fight back. That's cool.
An eye for an eye
That's fine.
only makes the world blind.
Nah, bruh. I love bullying. Online, of course. Not in real life. I had to clarify that.
Bro, people really out here be driving like this. And then just getting cars like it's nothing. You had a BMW. Then you got, I don't know what that car is. It might be a Jeep.
Driving like what?
It's a Jeep. Look into it, bro. And this is an Infinity, I think. You just going through cars
I think
like
I
they're
almost get into a
shoes.
car crash every week, bro.
I think everybody
Not because of
does.
me either. God
So you need to
damn.
be defensive
Bro,
driving.
damn it. I wish I would have sent it. There was a dude whose car got cut in half.
Is he living?
I need...
Or did he get sent
He-
to the
he
shadow
lived.
realm?
Nah. He's alive. But his car was split straight through the middle. I can find it. Might take a minute.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Got you. This message was made possible by Squarespace. Squarespace is the absolute easiest way to make your website. I've used them now for a few different sites. I've basically bought that domain to be sure no one else could. I didn't really have the time or need to create a fancy website, so I just spent about 15 minutes to throw together a landing page. It was incredibly easy with the Squarespace... Damn. How do people do this?
Water.
It was incredibly easy with the Squarespace template, and in my opinion at least, it looks great. Now I can give people one link that takes them to a page with the link to all my different social media profiles. You can really create a landing page like this, a blog, a store, really anything with Squarespace. And what's best is that you can get 10% off your first order by using the code LMAO over at squarespace.com/LMAO. That also helps. Okay. I butchered that. I'm glad you weren't here for the majority of it. People are good at that, bro. Like, they just do that shit like without effort.
Reading ads, scripts.
Yeah. Or they make it sound good. I mean, I probably could if I slowed down.
I don't know if it's just one take, though.
Shit, it usually sounds like one take.
It's because you got to practice.
I'm tripping. Shit. This one's getting put up.
What's up?
Or deleted. No, put up. You said what?
It's really up to you.
Why?
Water.
Fuck, dude. Hell, dude. Shit. I mean, what do you have to see? I'm doing that shit again. What do you have to bring up? I hate that so much.
Huh?
I gotta work on that. What'd you say?
What'd you say?
I said, is there anything you want to bring up? Talked about D Wade's son or daughter. I honestly don't know what to even.
Daughter.
I'll say child or daughter. Yeah, I'll respect the wishes. Daughter. Of course, always.
I don't know. I don't know. This Modern Warfare update is made.
I'll play it eventually. I'll see what it's about.
GTA is kind of made.
Yeah, I'll say so. The heist definitely gets boring. You're just going through the motions.
I've done it so many times.
You know,
There's no
it's
surprises. There's no. This time this will happen. There's none of that. You know, it's like we've done them all. I've done all the approaches. I've done the heist like 20 times.
You haven't done Diamond yet.
No. Don't imagine it being any different though. All it is just the vault content.
The take, yeah.
But I mean,
and the take
money is just still money. I never have it. I never have anything to show for it at the end of it anyway.
My money gets blown instantly. Not even on cars. It's like business
You
shit.
still have more though. You have more than me.
How much do you have?
Like less than 200K.
Bro, where does your money go?
I bought an arcade.
Dead ass.
I bought games for the arcade. I didn't buy a new.
Why'd you buy the games, bro?
Why not?
How often do you play them?
I don't. That's the thing now. I had all my dogs in the arcade with me. We'd all be able to play.
I mean that.
It's just a
Me and you
virtual
both said that game was boring as hell.
There's more games. It's just a virtual experience. I would never do any of this in real life. Starting with the heist.
Right.
Own an arcade, maybe. But I don't see myself doing it.
Never do heist in real life. I wouldn't. I hope you wouldn't.
Aside from the legal things, that's just really complicated. And to get people to be there,
Fuck.
like, to get people to listen and all be on the same page is not easy. Even if they're your friends, even if they have the same vision as you, it's not easy.
Sometimes I think if it was 5 of me,
Still wouldn't be
nothing
easy.
would get done. I'm lazy as fuck. My ass almost went to sleep.
Just now.
Knowing damn well, yeah. I almost called it quits, knowing I got stuff to do tomorrow. Got an exam tomorrow.
Like you said, Tanaka tomorrow will appreciate you right now.
Yeah, but sometimes today Tanaka ain't feeling that shit.
But Tanaka tomorrow will be.
I guess.
Tomorrow to what? This is confusing.
Right. I gotta work on that though. I'm just trying to build like a sense of like not urgency, but not accountability either, but a sense of just
Responsibility. Proactiveness.
no, just repetition. Like
Discipline.
doing something even though you don't. Yeah, discipline is a way better word. Doing something you
You're
don't
about
want
to
to
give
do.
the definition of it, and I was like, I just said the word.
Oh no, yeah, I guess. But I was just saying, like, doing something like, let's say, the little push-up shit that I do every morning. Like, I don't want to do that. My arms hurt. But if I'm able to just do that every morning and right before I go to bed, like, I almost feel like I could do anything else because I've already instilled that sense of like, you know,
You gotta start with the small things.
yeah. Still gotta work on that for school though. Like, I'm very
That's
lazy.
a different beast.
It is.
It's
And I
just
think
not.
with me, the only thing that really prevents me from like, I feel like I have it in me to be like a super student, but whenever I look at like the workload, my brain just like quits, and I just like don't want to do any of it because I'm just like, bro, look at all this work.
Yeah.
When I really should
Bless
just
you.
be like breaking it down into increments, but it's easier to just say that, but when it's time to actually do that, it's a different story.
Indeed.
That's what I gotta work on. Shit. Other than that, I mean, tongue scraper business
Brother.
going well.
Brother.
I got that down pat. I know some people that go days without brushing their teeth. Blech. Not me, not I.
Bro. 2 times a day.
Maybe 3, depending on what the meal was. You feel me? If you eating Funyuns, I gotta hit the old toothbrush.
You're not even supposed to use toothpaste all the time. You're supposed to rinse out your mouth.
Well, yeah, I heard brushing your teeth too much it can
You
damage
don't have
your
teeth
shit.
to brush.
You're just brushing gum at that point. Bloody gum.
Mm.
Oh,
We gotta start reviewing music. There's a lot of music
Okay,
that's come
okay.
out since January.
a lot of music I haven't listened
I
to.
know. That's why I said it.
What have I listened? Jack Boys came out last year? Or this
December.
year? I can't remember. December. Okay, so technically last year.
Bro,
This
this rapper, I'm not gonna say his full name because it's stupid. His name is Tankhead. Caught a body.
I'm not. Don't even say that last number.
Bro, caught a
I-
body. You going to
I'll-
jail.
I was about to look up that story, but I don't know what like sidetracked me. I just didn't. What even happened?
I couldn't even really tell you the way everything really happened. He just apparently killed his manager. They still don't know a motive.
The splits. I don't know.
I don't feel bad for him though. There's certain people I just can't feel bad for. Or I could, but I just choose not to. It doesn't
Are you
make
saying
sense.
you can't feel bad for a murderer?
Not
What?
in most cases. Depends.
Situational, maybe. That's as far as I'll go.
At best.
Like if it's self-defense, yeah. Like that one chick that killed her rapist, I don't think she should have
Yeah.
done any jail time, low key, but I guess the law, I mean, murder is murder at the end of the day, but still,
It's not.
there needs to be an exception to like cases like that. Because you can't just have one blanket rule, because there's cases of self-defense, there's cases of, no, just self-defense.
If you
Or accidental shooting, maybe.
I don't know.
Damn. All I know on Snapchat, it said XXX friend arrested. And I'm like, damn, y'all didn't even put homeboy's
not
name.
relevant.
And then I saw his name and I said, oh, maybe that's why they didn't want to write it down.
Bro, Danielle Bregoli's been 16 for 16 years. I swear I
She
saw her
really
on Dr.
is,
Phil
bro.
before she blew up again. She's a clone.
To be fair, she did look younger than Saw.
Okay, maybe, but I know I definitely
think
saw
it's-
her before.
Like before Dr. Phil?
No, like, I feel like that Dr. Phil episode was recycled. When she made her appearance again and everybody's saying Catch Me Outside, I was like, this is the worst case of deja vu, but this actually probably happened.
That Catch Me Outside was the first time.
No, like,
Like
I'm saying, like, She made an appearance on Dr. Phil in like early 2010s, maybe late 2000s. Like I've seen her before, and then
Bro, she would have been like,
I know, but like I feel like I've seen her before, and I'm not the only one that's saying that either.
she's an industry plant, bro.
She's cologne.
Bro, tripping. You think Gucci's a clone?
No, I just think he
Alright,
bettered
just
his
making
life, and people just don't appreciate that because they want it to
That's
stay the
crazy,
same.
bro. Somebody gets health, like literally gets healthy and changes their ways
Gets teeth.
from like being an actual criminal to like a decent person. You're like, oh, it's a clone, bro.
And, like people can't
Do you
change.
want Gucci like doing all the shit he was rapping about before? Because he would just end up right back in jail.
That's what people
But
want.
he would be authentic to you.
They want you to say, they want you to get in trouble so they can say free you. Even though you did what you weren't supposed to do, even though you got in trouble for what you deserve to get in trouble for, it's free you. Like, it's not free TK on my side. TK needs to serve his time. Hopefully he changes, but
TK needs rehabilitation.
it's no free TK on this side, bro.
I mean, if you switch it around to give TK free,
Help.
or care. I'm trying to think of the words. I want to say psychiatric, but shit, I like saying big words anyway, so I'm gonna just roll with it. That's another thing about prison too. They need to, like, if people go to jail for like doing messed up things, like it shouldn't just be prison, then you're out on parole or whatever the thing is called. They need to actually put you through like programs
Try to better you at least.
and also
don't-
have something in place where you can, actually get a job, because if you come out of prison for murder, who's hiring you
Yeah.
outside of like I think fast food takes people like that.
But like
Maybe.
that's not anything. Like fast food
Yeah,
is for
that's-
kids who are like 15, 16. And even that is becoming like the bottom. It's still the bottom of the barrel.
And
bro.
those kids are getting bougie too. Talk about, I don't want to get paid $9. I want 12. You flip burgers, bro. You need to get 9. I understand if now you're older and you have like a kid to support, maybe, and like a house or rent. But if this is your summer job, you need to take that 9, bro. You live with your parents.